We're in today with the legendary GTX 980. This is a 2014 video card with 2048 shaders. It's got 4GB of VRAM GDDR5 Samsung, running at 1266 MHz on the core clock, 1800 MHz on the memory clock, 256 bits bus width, and today we're gonna pair it up with this i7-6950X with 10 cores and 20 threads. The best thing I can do for this GTX 980 is to jump in the same games that I've tested the R9 Nano and see how it compares. Let's go. Alright, let's start with Battlefield 1. I got 1440p ultra detail, same settings like in previous video card that I've tested, you know, the R9 Nano. The performance, it's outstanding. You know, you can actually see I got like 80 FPS on average. This is the performance I'm interested on this occasion with this video card. It's working. This is the most important thing. 3.9 gig of VRAM allocated for this game from the video card. 2.5 utilized. Not bad. Not a bad performance. You know, 51 degrees. Actually, this is the best part of this because this video card, it got so many fans on it. On that radiator. It's cooler than that R9 Nano. I mean, that Nano, it's very small, compact, considering it had 60 degrees. I was very surprised how much performance it managed to output from that small radiator. 1% 50 FPS, not bad, you know, considering I'm on 1440p with this resolution with maximum quality. I would say this is a decent performance, even though apparently it's brutalizing the core at maximum. 32% load on the CPU side, 51 degrees on this occasion with this system. Not bad, you know. I think this is a very adequate performance from this computer, you know. The average on this occasion is kind of good, 76 FPS. Apparently, after playing a little, it's averaging there. 70, 80 FPS, it was similar with that R9, and I think it's in the same position. So let's jump into Fortnite and see how it's running with 1440p in performance mode with this video card. It's a very interesting performance because I have nearly the same performance. Let me average this and see how it's running. Yeah, 200 watts consumption. Performance on average is nearly the same. 2 gig of VRAM, nearly the same VRAM utilization. The core is maxed out here, 96-98% load. It's doing a fantastic job, offering me the same performance. I like it. I like this video card and how it's performing here. When it comes to Fortnite, I think this is the right performance this game needs to offer me here. I need this game to utilize this video card properly, and it's being utilized. There's nothing to complain here. The average is good, 200 FPS on average. Actually adequate when it comes to an old video card like this, 2014. Now it's gonna be 11 years old, and I like it. You know, compared to that Nano, apparently they feel the same. There's not a lot of difference between them, and I'm very happy that I managed to see this comparison in Fortnite. Apparently in Battlefield 1, Fortnite, they all do the same thing, averaging around 200 FPS, and it's quite okay. You know, there is nothing to complain here with this video card and this system. If we're jumping in PUBG with this video card on the same condition that I have with the previous video card that I tested, R9 Nano, I had 1440p with ultra details, 100% render scale, and at this situation you can actually see there is just a little small difference, 10 FPS. In some situation it's dropping below 50 FPS, 49, and even in some condition it's going below playable FPS. I like this idea this video card is offering here, you know. It's doing a fantastic job, and I think it's just a little better than that R9 Nano. You can actually see in 40-60 FPS it's trying to average above 40 FPS. With that video card I had 39-30 FPS on average, you know, barely reaching 40 FPS on average. Here only 5-10 FPS, a little better than that R9 Nano. In this situation you can see it's struggling to keep 60 FPS. It's allocating the VRAM at maximum. It's using nearly 3 gig of VRAM in this case, but the video card stays very cool. I like this condition this video card is offering here in this case. If I adjust this, maybe, like I said, I want to see it with 70%. I'm curious what happens. What performance I have from this computer now with 70% render scale with maximum quality. You can actually see I get 50-70 FPS on average. Yeah, definitely playable in this condition. I like it. You can actually see 70% render scale doesn't feel that bad. I can feel that render scale a little, but not that horrible. 370 watts consumption from this computer, not bad. You know, averages is not good. I think staying on ultra is not a very good choice with this video card either. They did manage to do the same thing like with that R9 Nano, managed to be under 60 FPS. I used the render scale here to get on 70 FPS, 60-70 FPS, but previous with the other video card I done with medium details. So ideal would be to be on the same page, you know, but you can clearly see that I have to compensate with some lower quality. On maximum load with maximum quality, it's very hard for an old video card like this to actually push this game at maximum FPS. I'm gonna offer this video card the same condition that I put to that R9 Nano, 1440p maximum quality in this Counter-Strike, and see how it's performing with this. Not bad, seriously, not bad. Look at this. It's allocating 3.6 gig of VRAM, 3 gig of DRAM used. Not bad. It's doing the job. It's giving me nearly 60 FPS. Funny thing is that with that R9 Nano, I had nearly the same performance. 60 FPS, 50-60 FPS with this video card on this occasion. Impressive performance from the video card. All right, so I managed to play a little and I managed to realize how bad I am. You know, the only thing I wanted to do here to just see how it's performing compared to that R9 video card, and it's doing a fantastic job. Look at this. It's allocating the VRAM properly. It's utilizing it, offering nearly 60 FPS on average, 64, 32, 35 minimals, depending on the zone and out. Why? No. It's an awesome performance from this video card too. So both of the video cards, they are in the same condition. Seriously, they have around 60 FPS on average, and it's working really nice. But yeah, definitely not the right condition to play the Counter-Strike. You know, if you want the same resolution, I mean, let's say 1440p, I think adjusting it to maybe low details or something like that, or depending, you can make your own custom settings and see that is possible to actually still utilize a video card like this in Counter-Strike. You know, in GTA 5 with this video card in the same condition the R9 had, I had a very interesting performance. Actually the same. 65 FPS. 4 gig of VRAM allocated, 2.7 used, and apparently it's the same condition. 65 FPS, 68, nearly the same. So you can say nothing bad, you know. I'm very surprised how nice and in parallel those video card were fighting, you know, for the same performance, same quality. The idea of having a video card like that was very impressive. If I want to put a video card in tomorrow and I have to choose a 4 gig of VRAM from that year, I will take this one. Even though, hear me out, I think efficiency wise that R9 Nano is more efficient because it's only utilizing one 8-pin connector. This GTX 980 is utilizing two 6-pin connectors, and it's using nearly 200 watts consumption from the video card. You know, I think this video card, it's more temperature efficient. You know, it's got 52 degrees in this case. You can actually see the video card is delivering a nice quality here. Look at this. It's fantastic performance from this video card, but you need to understand the most important thing is temperature. You know, even though the quality is spot on, you know, if the video card is not cool, it's gonna be horrible. The video card will not survive. Everything is related to the temperature. If there is a chance for the video card to survive, it's by lowering the temperature. That's it. Most of the time, whenever I'm looking on this retro build or an old system build, you know, I want to build the machine that is similar with this. It's gonna be in this category with low temperature. Doesn't matter, you know. I will put a proper power supply in the computer. I want to use this video card and the system in good condition. I want to use it non-stop. You know, if I have the opportunity to play old titles like this, at least make it good. You know, make it better and make it safe. Make it last. I'm expecting in Dota 2 a different type of performance with this video card and this system. You know, 1440p maximum quality in this case. You can actually see it's almost there with this. I wish I had more performance, but there is none. Look at this. it's almost there in the same position. And with that R9 Nano, I had around 120 FPS on average. In this situation, I got nearly 400 watts consumption. There I had 350, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All in all, there is little difference. 120, 130, 140 FPS on average. It's not that bad, you know. I think there is a lot of potential for both of the cards, but in this situation, with this GTX 980, it's just a little better with this, you know, in Dota. It feels totally different, but can't complain about the video card because it's doing exactly what I want. A nice performance from this 2.2 gig of VRAM allocated, 800 megabytes utilized, 92% load on the core of the video card. I think this is a CPU problem. Now, if this is the problem, I think, oh my god, that was so cool. On the system side, I got like 25% load on the CPU with 11 gig of system RAM. I mean, the CPU, I think, is the problem why I'm not having 100% load on the GPU. With the R9, I had maximum load on the video card, but in this situation, you can see that it's not maxed out. Look at that! Look at that! Oh, yo. First blood. No, apparently Tiny's come to save him. Look at this. Ooh, yo. Oh my god. Almost there. In World of Tanks on 1440p with ultra details, apparently with the same condition that video card had previously, I have same performance. By now you managed to understand this video card and that video card. They were kind of the same performance. Seriously, they had the same performance, same VRAM. It was a response from AMD to this. Seriously, it's got a decent performance, this video card, and can say nothing bad about it. Allocating 3.8 gig of VRAM, it's using 2.9. In this situation with this GTX 980, I can have a decent experience. I got like 72 FPS on average. Actually, with that R9, I had around 64 FPS on average. So in this situation with this GTX, I'm doing a fantastic work in this case. Not a bad performance. 98% load, 55 degrees. It's got a better temperature. I mean, consider this, it's got 3 fans, 4 fan. The fan in the front is for, I think, the memory or something, or the cooling, the PCB. Definitely a lot of fans in order to cool this video card, but I can't complain. 55, 56 degrees with maximum load on the core. Everything is maxed out, nearly 3 gig of VRAM utilized, 70 FPS on average. On the system side, I got like 20% load on the CPU, 8.8 gig of system RAM. The CPU doesn't have any problem. The system doesn't have any problem on being utilized in this game. So yeah, I can't complain about the CPU and the computer. In Forza with 1440p with high preset quality, I had around 70 FPS, 73 FPS on average. Apparently it's the same thing here with this video card with 3.9 allocated, 3.3 gig of VRAM utilized. So all in all, it's in the same position. So this GTX 980 until now, it's using and it's utilizing the resource exactly like that video card. I mean, that R9 Nano, it's having the same performance like this one because this is older than that R9. You know, that R9 was the response to this, but all in all, I can say it's doing a fantastic job. You know, this GTX 980, it's spot on, it's bang on, you know. So being on this position, having this amount of FPS with an old video card like this, can't say nothing bad about it because it does the job, you know. Core is maxed out, temperature wise is good, 51 degrees on this video card with 80 FPS on average with high details in Forza with 1440p. This is a fantastic temperature from this video card and can't say nothing bad about it because this is the ideal situation in which I would like to play games. On the system side, I got 11.1 gig of system RAM used, 20-25% load on the CPU with under 50 degrees nearly on the CPU side. CPU wise, system wise, everything is good, and the game knows how to utilize this video card and the system, so there's no problem on playing this game with high presets. I usually go for medium maybe and lower the quality and use maybe VSync and stop unnecessary FPS and lock myself to the frequency of the monitor, you know, and then I will become a little more efficient. In this case, case, I got like nearly 350 watts consumption, 330, and yeah, it's being utilized, you know, but yeah, ideal would be to have a little less wattage consumption. First thing I want to do in Cyberpunk with this video card is replicate the same condition. I went on ultra with 1440p. I got 22 FPS on average. You can actually see the performance is very raw, and yeah, it's not possible to play the game like this. I wanted to see the quality, I wanted to see the video card struggle, reaching 3 gig of VRAM utilized and 3.7 allocated. It is possible to put a lot of stress on the VRAM. You can actually see it's being utilized, not a lot of FPS, but if I remember correctly, I put it on maximum details, then I activated frame generation to see how it's performing. Let's do that and see how it's running with frame generation. With frame generation on ultra on 1440p, you can see I got like 40 FPS, averaging around 40 FPS. I think it's gonna drop a little, 35 FPS is gonna be the number, and it's going to be on 100% sure in the same condition like that R9. Definitely an impressive performance. I think the best solution is to just put lowest quality without any frame generation and see how it's running there. 35 FPS. The minimal is the most important thing in this case. 3.4 gig of VRAM utilized and 3.7 allocated. This is very important because it consumes more VRAM when you're not generating frames apparently, but averaging around 32 FPS. Look at that, 34, 1%, 30 FPS. Not bad performance. Temperature wise, 54 degrees on a video card that is utilized at maximum. So in Cyberpunk, apparently is doing a fantastic job. I think this is the most impressive thing ever, you know, to see an old video card like this running Cyberpunk with 33 FPS on average with low details with 1440p. I mean, I know that if I go on 1080p, I'm gonna have better performance, you know, on low details is gonna be around 50-60 FPS, I think, and that's not the case because today I'm on 1440p team, and in this case Cyberpunk is doing a fantastic job on utilizing this video card in the system. In Delta Force, with the same configuration, with the same settings, with this computer, you can actually see it's doing a fantastic job on utilizing the hardware. Similar condition with the R9, you can get the same, almost the same performance. I got with the R9, if I remember correctly, I got around 60-70 FPS on average. Here I get around 80 FPS. Not a bad performance. I think it's still the same performance with 5-10 FPS. Is not a big difference, but in this situation you can see that the video card is holding pretty well on this occasion. On the GTX, you can actually see this video card is being utilized at maximum. The VRAM, like I said, it's spot on with the game utilization. It's doing exactly what I want. 87 on average. The minimal is not quite what I want. 31 on minimal, 32 on 1%. The game looks okay even with low quality, so there is no problem on getting this video card in the game. I think with 1080p it will be ideal. That is the resolution that needs to be put in this case, not 1440p. But even like this is doing the job, so I can't say too much about this video card because it's quite adequate. Very interesting performance from this video card. I think the video card is very cool. It looks very cool, you know, considering that spaceship theme that video card is having, you know. I really think it looks cool, you know. On the thermal performance, I think this video card is performing really well. It's really cool when you're gaming at this resolution with this amount of details. Managed to see that it did very well on the same condition that R9 I tested, and there is nearly next to nothing difference. But the only difference is that this was 2014 and that R9 came 1 year later. It felt like they looked at it, we have to offer the same performance with a video card with same specs, you know. It's not the same specs, but it does offer the same performance. They are totally different video cards, but they are performing the same. It doesn't matter, it's one of the kind. If I have to use today a video card, one of the video cards between R9 and this 980, I will take the 980 because it runs really cool. Even though it's got that 8-pin connector in the back and is more, theoretically a little more efficient, you know, managed to see the video card on maximum load with 60 degrees. It's not bad for a video card. You know, it's not bad, but I want the video card a little more efficient on the thermal side. I don't care about the power supply, I care about the thermals. If the video card can run cool, that's it. And it can offer me the, I mean, it doesn't matter on the performance side because I know how to set it up. Something similar like in Fortnite, you know, I want to go with performance mode, PUBG, lowering the quality, putting view distance at maximum, putting some anti-aliasing, normal details, and, you know, all kinds of fiddling around in order to get over 100 FPS. You know, and if I can achieve that, then I will say thank you and take the video card as a positive performance. I like the video card, and I did manage to answer my question. Is there a difference between GTX 980 and an R9 Nano? No, there's not. No, there's no difference. This is a better looking video card, I'm not gonna lie. This one looks much better than that Nano. I mean, it's look at this. It's a small video card. Look at it. Small video card. This is a very small video card, you know, but that's huge and it's cool. If you have any suggestion for this video card or for the system, leave a comment, smash that like button, and I will see you very soon.